While you were struggling financially, while you were going through trials, while you felt forgotten by heaven, something extraordinary was happening behind the scenes. God was preparing you not merely to prosper, but to prosper with divine purpose. Not just to have more money, but to become an instrument of transformation in the lives of others. And here is the confirmation that will make your heart race. 2025 will be the best year of your life, but not by accident, not by luck, not by some miracle disconnected from your spiritual preparation. Heaven confirms this for those who understand the eternal principle that Napoleon Hill uncovered by studying Andrew Carnegie and 500 millionaires. The same principle that Earl Nightingale taught relentlessly, the same principle that is written in Mark 11:24. What I will reveal now will connect every dot of your financial journey and show why everything you went through was necessary for what is coming. Do you feel in the depths of your heart that something greater is about to happen in your life? If there is a spiritual restlessness you cannot explain, if lately you've sensed God is preparing something extraordinary for you, then what I will reveal now is no coincidence. It is divine confirmation. God confirmed 2025 will be the best year of your life. And before we continue, if you want to transform your financial life with spiritual purpose, subscribe to the channel Napoleon's Wealth Alchemy. Hit the notification bell, leave your like on this video, and consider becoming a member to receive exclusive content on prosperity with purpose. Every piece of content here is created so you become a vessel of blessing in the lives of many. But I need to be completely honest with you from the start. When I say God confirmed that 2025 will be the best year of your life, I am not talking about empty positive thinking. I am not talking about magical promises without basis. I am not talking about a miracle that falls from the sky for those sitting passively with crossed arms. I am talking about something much deeper. I am talking about the perfect alignment between spiritual preparation, eternal principles of prosperity, and divine timing. I am talking about you becoming exactly who God designed you to be before the foundation of the world. And most importantly, I am talking about you prospering not to accumulate selfishly, but to become an overflowing source of blessing in the lives of other people. Napoleon Hill spent 20 years of his life studying Andrew Carnegie and 500 of the richest, most successful men of his era. 20 years! And you know what he discovered? That there is a pattern, a set of immutable principles that separate those who thrive from those who struggle. And the first of these principles is what he called your definite chief aim. But here is what most people fail to understand. A definite chief aim is not just having clear financial goals. It is having a purpose that transcends yourself. It is prospering to serve. It is enriching to bless. It is having resources to be an instrument of change in the lives of others. Earl Nightingale, who dedicated his life to teaching these principles, always said that most people are programmed for scarcity, that we carry limiting paradigms installed since childhood, that we were taught money is evil, that the wealthy are corrupt, that having abundance is sinful. And these limiting beliefs create an invisible barrier between you and the prosperity God has for you. But here is what is happening right now, at this exact moment in your life, is that God is beginning to shatter those paradigms. God is beginning to remove those spiritual blockages. God is beginning to prepare you for something extraordinary that will happen in 2025. I know you might be wondering, why 2025? Why not now? Why not last year? Why does God allow seasons of preparation before abundance? The answer is in the Bible. It's in Ecclesiastes 3:11. He has made everything beautiful in its time. There is a time to plant and a time to harvest, a time of preparation and a time of manifestation, a time of breaking and a time of building. Everything you have been through, all the financial battles, all the nights of anguish, all the times you felt overlooked, all the times you cried out to God asking when it would be your turn, all of it was part of your spiritual preparation to receive and steward the prosperity that is coming. Because here is the liberating truth. God is not interested in creating more poor, rich people, people with money but no character, people with resources but no compassion, people with prosperity but no purpose. The world is already full of such people, and they are the most miserable that exist because they have everything materially but are empty spiritually. What God is doing is raising a generation of rich people, people who prosper spiritually and financially, people who understand that true wealth only has value when it is in the hands of those who understand the purpose of blessing lives, people who use abundance as a tool of transformation, not as a status symbol. And you are being prepared right now to be part of that generation. That is why 2025 will be the best year of your life, because you will be ready, because you will have undergone the necessary preparation, because you will have developed the character that precedes true prosperity.
The first sign that God is confirming this in your life is the spiritual restlessness you are feeling. It's that sensation that you were made for more. It's that internal certainty that your current financial situation does not reflect who you truly are. It's that holy discomfort that won't let you settle for mediocrity. Napoleon Hill discovered that all the extraordinarily successful people he studied had one thing in common: a divine dissatisfaction with the status quo, a refusal to accept mediocrity as destiny, an unshakable determination to fulfill their greater purpose regardless of obstacles. This restlessness you feel is not torment, it's a calling. It's not punishment, it's preparation. It's not a sign that something is wrong with you. It's a sign God is moving you towards something greater. If you recognize this now, if you feel this confirmation in your spirit, write in the comments, "I am being prepared." Because when you declare that, when you acknowledge what God is doing, you accelerate the transformation process. The second sign is that you've begun to see your financial struggle differently. You're no longer blaming yourself. You're no longer seeing yourself as a victim. You're no longer believing your financial difficulty is the result of incompetence or bad luck. You're starting to understand that you were programmed for scarcity, that you inherited limiting beliefs, that you were conditioned to believe lies about money and prosperity. This understanding is the first step toward your financial liberation. Earl Nightingale always taught that you cannot change your financial situation by trying to solve external problems alone. You must change the internal paradigms. You must reprogram your subconscious mind. You must install new thought patterns aligned with the abundance God has for you. This doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, a journey, a progressive transformation happening within you at this very moment. And 2025 will be the year you see the physical manifestation of this spiritual transformation. The third sign is that you are developing a hunger for knowledge about true prosperity. You no longer want magic formulas. You no longer want get-rich-quick schemes. You want to understand the eternal principles that govern the creation of wealth with purpose. This spiritual hunger is divine preparation. God is teaching you before He entrusts you with more. God is developing your character before He increases your bank account. God is showing you that true wealth flows from the inside out. Proverbs 16:16 says, "How much better to get wisdom than gold? To get understanding is to be chosen rather than silver." Notice it doesn't say to seek the gold first. It says seek wisdom. Because when you have wisdom, wealth becomes a natural consequence. Write in the comments right now, wisdom before wealth. Because when you declare that, you are aligning yourself with the divine principle that will release prosperity in your life. The fourth sign is that God is removing people, situations, and circumstances from your life that are not a match for the level of prosperity He has for you. This can hurt. It can be confusing. It can feel like loss, but it is not loss. It is cleansing. It is ground preparation. It is the removal of blockages. Because you cannot enter a new level with an old level mentality. You cannot prosper while maintaining toxic relationships that drain your energy.
You cannot manifest abundance while surrounded by people who glorify mediocrity. Napoleon Hill called this the mastermind alliance, the principle that you become the average of the 5 people you associate most. If God is removing negative people from your life, it's because He is making room for the right people, the divine connections, the mastermind alliance that will propel you to the next level. Do not resist this cleansing. Do not try to hold on to what God is removing. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust that everything leaving your life is creating space for something far better to enter. The 5th sign is that you are developing a deeper understanding of the purpose of prosperity. You no longer want to be rich just for a comfortable life. You want to prosper to make a difference. You want to have resources to bless lives. You want to be God's instrument to transform realities. This shift in motivation is what separates true prosperity from empty wealth. When you prosper to serve, when you enrich to bless, when you accumulate resources to multiply impact, God has no limit to what He can entrust to you. But when you want prosperity only for personal consumption, when you seek wealth merely for status, when you accumulate just for selfish security, you are building on a foundation of sand, and it can all collapse because it is not grounded in eternal purpose. 2 Corinthians 9:8 says, "And God is able to make all grace abound to you, so that having all sufficiency in all things at all times, you may abound in every good work." Notice, abundance has a purpose: to abound in every good work, to be an instrument of blessing, to make a difference. And when you align your prosperity with this greater purpose, everything changes. Doors begin to open. Opportunities appear. Divine favor operates in your life supernaturally.
Write in the comments, "I prosper to bless." When you declare that, when you establish that purpose, you align yourself with God's will for your financial life. The 6th sign is that you are undergoing character tests. Situations are arising to reveal what is truly in your heart. Opportunities to choose between integrity and shortcuts. Moments to decide between what is right and what is convenient. These tests are not punishment, they are preparation. God is developing in you the character that can sustain the prosperity that is coming. Because prosperity without character is guaranteed destruction. Wealth without integrity is a curse disguised as a blessing. Earl Nightingale taught that you never become rich beyond your level of consciousness. If you receive money without developing the consciousness to manage it, you will lose it quickly. That's why most lottery winners end up bankrupt. They received resources without developing the necessary character and wisdom to steward them. But with you, it will be different, because you are going through the preparation process. You are being tested and approved. You are developing the integrity that can sustain lasting prosperity. The 7th sign is that you are being taught the principle of sowing and reaping. You are understanding that everything in life operates by this law, that you must plant today what you want to harvest tomorrow. That strategic generosity is a spiritual investment that generates a multiplied return. Galatians 6:7 says, "Do not be deceived, God is not mocked, for whatever one sows, that will he also reap." This principle works for both good and ill. If you sow scarcity, you reap scarcity. If you sow abundance, you reap abundance. But here's what most people miss. You cannot sow expecting to receive only from that specific seed. You sow to create a vibrational field of abundance. You sow to establish an energetic pattern of generosity. You sow to declare to the universe and to God that you trust the principle of multiplication. And when you begin to sow even in scarcity, when you give even when it seems you don't have enough, when you bless others even when you need blessing yourself, something powerful happens in the spiritual realm. You break the scarcity paradigm. You shatter the programming of lack. You establish a new pattern of abundance. Napoleon Hill called this going the extra mile, the principle of doing more than you are paid for, of serving beyond expectation, of sowing generosity strategically.
He found that all extraordinarily successful people practiced this principle consistently. Write in the comments, "I sow abundance," because when you declare that, when you make that commitment, you activate the spiritual principle of multiplication in your life. The eighth sign is that you are developing active patience, not the passive patience that just waits for things to happen, but active patience that works, sows, applies principles, and trusts God's perfect timing. There is a vast difference between faith and hope. Hope is passive. I hope it happens. Faith is active. I believe it will happen, and I am acting in accordance with that belief. Napoleon Hill called this applied faith. Hebrews 11:1 defines faith as the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is not hoping God might do it. Faith is acting as if it is already done. You are developing this applied faith. You are acting in alignment with prosperity that has not yet manifested physically. You are making decisions based on the future God revealed to you, not the present you are living. This is powerful preparation, because when the manifestation arrives, when 2025 explodes with abundance in your life, you will not be surprised or unprepared. You will be ready because you were already living mentally and spiritually at that level. The ninth sign is that you are being emptied of pride and filled with true humility. You are understanding that every good gift and perfect gift is from above, James 1:17, that every ability you have comes from God, that every talent you possess was given by Him. This humility is not low self-esteem, it is not putting yourself down. It is the genuine recognition that you are an instrument, not the source. You are a channel, not the river. You are a steward, not the owner. When you understand this deeply, when you position yourself as God's instrument instead of trying to be the protagonist, everything changes. The pressure lifts, anxiety decreases, peace increases, because you are no longer trying to make everything happen in your own strength. Earl Nightingale taught that when you stop trying to make things happen and start aligning yourself with the universal laws that govern manifestation, life flows with much greater ease. You work in cooperation with God, not in struggle against circumstances. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths." When you genuinely trust, when you acknowledge God in everything, He directs your path toward the prosperity He planned for you.
Write in the comments, "God is my source." When you declare that, when you recognize the true source of your provision, you release the flow of divine abundance in your life. The 10th and final sign is that you are being moved to directed action. You are no longer just consuming content about prosperity, you are applying it. You are no longer just dreaming of change, you are implementing it. You are no longer just waiting for a miracle, you are preparing for it. This practical preparation is what will ensure that when 2025 arrives, you will be ready to receive, steward, and multiply everything God has for you. Because faith without works is dead. Prayer without action is illusion. Declaration without implementation is fantasy. Napoleon Hill discovered that a definite chief aim must be accompanied by a definite plan and definite action. It is not enough to know what you want, you must have a plan to get there, and you must work that plan consistently. James 2:17 says, "So also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead." God wants partnership, not an audience. God wants you to be an active collaborator in your own transformation, not a passive spectator waiting for magic. And you are being moved right now into that directed action, to apply principles, to implement teachings, to leave your comfort zone, to think bigger, to act in faith. So here is the complete truth that will transform your life.
God confirmed that 2025 will be the best year of your life, not by magic, but by preparation. You are being prepared spiritually right now. You are developing the necessary character right now. You are breaking limiting paradigms right now. You are installing new mental programming right now. And when 2025 arrives, all this preparation will manifest in tangible results. Doors will swing open, opportunities will appear, divine favor will operate, the right connections will happen, provision will flow, abundance will manifest. But not so you can merely have a comfortable life, not so you can just fulfill personal dreams, not so you can merely escape financial struggle. The prosperity that is coming has a greater purpose. You will prosper to be a blessing. You will enrich to bless lives. You will accumulate resources to multiply impact. And when you prosper with this purpose, when you enrich to serve, when you accumulate resources to multiply impact, there is no limit to what God can do through you. 2025 will be the best year of your life because you will enter it prepared. You will enter it transformed. You will enter it aligned with God's purpose. You will enter it ready to be an instrument of blessing in the lives of many people. If you have made it this far, if you have watched to this point, it is no coincidence. It is confirmation. God is confirming in your spirit that everything you heard here is true, that 2025 truly will be the best year of your life, that you truly are being prepared, that the transformation truly is happening. Now I need you to do something important. 1. Leave your like on this video. 2. Share it with someone who needs to hear this message. 3. Subscribe to the channel Napoleon's Wealth Alchemy if you haven't already. 4. Activate notifications, the bell icon. And 5. Consider becoming a member for access to exclusive content that will deepen your journey of prosperity with purpose. And in the comments, write, 2025 is my year. Because when you declare that, when you take hold of that faith, when you appropriate that promise, you accelerate the manifestation. Remember, you were not created for mediocrity. You were not born for scarcity. You were not here to merely survive. You were designed to prosper. You were called to abundance. You were chosen to be an instrument of blessing in the lives of many people. God confirmed 2025 will be the best year of your life. Prepare yourself, align yourself, transform yourself, and prosper with purpose. Until the next video here on Napoleon's Wealth Alchemy, where we will continue exploring the eternal principles of spiritual and financial prosperity. May God abundantly bless your journey of transformation. And always remember, you prosper to bless, you enrich to serve, you accumulate to multiply impact. That is the path of true wealth.